Hello and welcome to Walking and Talking with Mrs. Smith. I'm Mrs. Smith and I'm a Christian, and my channel is really just me ambling about and musing about all things Christian. If you have been liking my videos, please do give them a thumbs up and please do subscribe. It will help me out a lot, but it won't cost you anything. And if there's a specific subject that you think you'd like me to talk about, then drop it in the comments and I'll do my best to try and do that for you. So today I've come to the Royal Military Canal, and this is a lovely canal, and it's actually really quite long. It's about 28 miles, I believe, and it runs all the way from Folkestone in Kent to Hastings in East Sussex. But this section of the canal I've come to today is in Hythe in Kent. My husband and I come here quite often because it's very pretty. It's got a lovely seafront. There's a great fish and chip place on the seafront actually. There's only one, so I can't remember what it's called, but do go and check it out because it's great. They've got a little kiosk at the front and they've got a restaurant you can sit in, and there's seating outside, and it's pretty and it's quite quiet. And this canal is also very pretty and again quite quiet. So this week I've been thinking about how sometimes I can be a bit of a people pleaser. And by that I mean that I usually say yes to everything anyone asks of me, even if I really don't want to do it, even if I want to say no. And I suppose I enjoy making people happy, but just lately I've been wondering if pleasing people all the time is the same as pleasing God. You know, as a Christian, I want to please God, but I'm not sure that I always get it right. I read something in the Bible recently as well. There's a book called Galatians in the Bible, and in that book it says, am I trying to win the approval of people or of God? I'm just going to get out of the way of this car because I don't want to be run over. So yeah, it says, am I trying to win the approval of people or of God? And that got me thinking that maybe pleasing people and pleasing God aren't always the same thing. And to be honest, I struggle with that thought a little bit because, I mean, obviously I believe in God and I like to think that by doing things for others that I'm pleasing him. But am I always? If I just go along with what others want me to do all the time, is that pleasing God? It's a really difficult one, isn't it? Because we like to think that helping others is a positive thing. And obviously it can be. And we all like to feel that we're doing our bit for people. And again, I'm going to get out of the way of another moving vehicle. Do you know what? I've walked along here so many times. And very, very, very rarely do I ever see a moving vehicle. And it's typical, isn't it, that when you want to video, along come two. But that's fine. You know, I'm doing these videos live, not live kind of thing, because I want to give myself less editing to do, because I work Monday to Friday as well, and I'm not very good at editing either, so I'm trying to do this in one take, so to speak. So yeah, so if we are Christians, some of us might even feel that unless we're saying yes to everything that's asked of us, that we're not actually doing what God wants us to do. But in light of what I read in the Bible, I'm not sure that that's always true. If you remember, I said that the book of Galatians in the Bible said, am I trying to win the approval of people or of God? So somehow I need to make sure that what I'm saying yes to is also pleasing to God. So instead of just saying yes for the sake of it and pleasing myself or pleasing others, I need to try and make sure that I'm also doing what God wants me to do. I suppose the only way I can do that is to be honest with myself and with God about my motives, the reason that I'm doing things, about the motives in my heart. That's got to be a good start, right? Look how beautiful it is here. I just love it. But thinking about our heart though, God already knows what's in my heart. I think it's in the book of Samuel in the Bible that it says, people look at the outward appearance, but God looks at the heart. So God already knows my motives. So I guess I just need to make sure that I'm saying yes to people for the right reasons. To be honest, I think I'm going to be working at this one for some time. Do you have similar struggles to me with feeling like you have to say yes to everybody all the time? If you do, please let me know in the comments. It would be nice to think that I'm not the only one struggling with this. But if you don't, then please let me know how you handle it. What do you prioritise and how? I think though, learning when to say yes and no to people is good practice anyway, whether you're a Christian or not. I mean, life is filled with invitations and requests all the time, but just because someone asks us to do something doesn't mean it's right to always say yes. So going back to, is pleasing people the same as pleasing God? I feel like sometimes they do overlap, but I don't think that's necessarily always the case. I guess I just need to think about it, and when someone asks something of me, maybe just go to God and say, is this right for me to do? And don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about making someone a cup of tea or getting them some shopping. I'm talking about bigger things, you know. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Thanks for walking and talking with me again. And as I say, please do hit that like button and the subscribe button if you want to see more. And I'll see you again next time.